dear guests. I'm Mandy from Hytera. Thank you very much for your attending. It's our great honor to getting you here. Given the increasing challenging time, Hytera has developed a new solution to help those who are on the front line. We have faced a challenge this time. It's different from before. I would like to invite all of you to use the advance of science to fight you. In today's webinar, we will discuss how can Hytera's temperature detection solution contribute to the screening of suspect cases accurately and efficiently, and how can Hytera's communication solution help to prevent the cross-infection and ensure people's safety. Now, I'd like to introduce our speaker for today, Ms. Sharon Long, Senior Product Marketing Manager from Hytera. She has a comprehensive and deep understanding of customer requirements and market trends. Our panelists today are Wendy Yang and Neil Lee. They will answer the questions through the Q&A box. There will be also a 10-minute dedicated Q&A section with Sharon after the presentation. Now, I'd like to invite you to join me in welcoming Sharon.
Hello, dear customers. Thanks, Mandy. And I'm Sharon from Hytera. Today we will focus on the Hytera pandemic prevention solution, and help my sharing will provide some knowledge that can help you to prevent the pandemic. Not only your country but also across the world. Hope this sharing can bring some new thoughts and bring some new solutions for you. And we all know that the coronavirus pandemic has been spreading very fast across the world. And according to the New York Times report, as of yesterday evening, it has sickened about more than 2.5 million people. And according to official count, at least about 177,000 people have died. So the virus has been detected in a lot of countries. We all know that, right? And now at least it has detected in about 177 countries. So the rising numbers make us very sad. And this means thousands of homes are broken. And in order to fight against the pandemic, many countries take very tough measures. And we all know that for a lot of countries, we take the lockdown measures, right? So it is very tough. And one group, consulting group, which is called Boston, they made a prediction report on the potential lockdown end date of 20 countries, like USA, UK, Brazil, and also other countries, in all total 20 countries. At the end of last month, they made this prediction. And the predictions made based on the daily new cases and the total active infected patients. And also other factors like the people who suffer from the respiratory diseases and the country's ability to manage the epidemic. And the modeling results show that the earliest potential lockdown end date is July, and for some countries, it is August or even September. So we need to fight against the pandemic for a very long time, and we must be fully prepared for the fight. And are we ready? And the answer is that we are not fully prepared because we suffer from a lot of challenges. We have to solve a lot of challenges, and we are short of anti-epidemic materials. For example, for some countries, our doctors or our nurses even use their self-made medical masks. They do not have enough protective gloves and protective clothes. They need to wear trash bags, during their treatment with their patients. And they also, for example, they do not have enough testing kit for them to detect the coronavirus. And so our heroes, they are exposed to dangers Okay, they do not have protective devices to protect our heroes. And besides from the lack of the anti-epidemic materials, we also have not have insufficient temperature measurement devices. For example, normally we use the handheld device detection guns, device detection, temperature detection materials, okay, or devices at the entrances, right? Because, for example, at the entrances of a hospital, at the entrances of the of some supermarkets, and we all know that for this detection gun, okay, we need to detect the temperature of our citizens one by one. So it is very low efficient. And besides, we must keep the distance between the detection gun and also the citizen about 5 centimeters. So the close distance between our city protectors, between our workers and the citizens, okay, will also increase the cross-infection risks. And if somebody his temperature is high, he has elevated fever, we must to take notes of his name, his ID, and also his temperature, right, with our hands. So the manual recording is also very inefficient. And for the detection logs, for this device, we cannot save the detection logs. So it is very difficult for us to collect the personal information. And besides from the insufficient temperature measurement devices at present, okay, we also face the challenges from the inefficient communication and poor collaboration. We all know that the virus has attacked a lot of cities, a lot of countries. At present, it is not the enemy of only one district, of not only one hospital, of not only one city. We must to collaborate, okay, across, okay, among a lot of cities, a lot of hospitals, a lot of districts. And normally we know that for different districts, for different regions, or for different hospitals, or even for different departments, we use different communication devices, okay? Maybe some of them use the DMR, some of them use our smartphones to connect with each other. So it is very inefficient if we want to communicate with across departments with each other. And it will bring about the low response to some emergency situations. Okay, so we cannot guarantee that we can prevent the spread of the epidemic area very quickly. And for this system, for the present system, we also lack of the timely information sharing platform. Okay, for example, for one district, we have a very good cases. We cannot share the cases with others very effectively. And besides of the inefficient communication, poor collaboration, okay, there's also the increasing disputes between the law enforcement officers and our citizens. I know that a lot of countries, okay, they take the lockdown measures. So there's a very high unemployment rate, and it also brings about very serious impact on our economy. And the disputes or the social disorders, okay, the rate is higher than before. So how we can protect our law enforcement officers and also to protect our innocent people? And in summary, if we cannot protect our heroes, who is going to protect us? And you know that China is the first country to discover the COVID-19. And we have already obtained the effective control during the anti-epidemic fight. In China, we has also gained very extensive experience in the fight against the pandemic. So Hytera also as a company, we deeply cultivated in China. We all know that, right? So we also actively take part in the pandemic fighting process before. So we also accumulated some relevant experiences. And at present, the virus has been spreading to all over the world. So we want to share our experience and to offer our solutions to help those who can fight. We want to fight with you. We want to fight with our friends. So we want to provide our solutions to you for you to prevent the pandemic. And what kind of solutions can we provide? Firstly, we can provide the anti-epidemic materials to the frontline workers. Like the facial masks or the protective gloves. Besides, we can also provide the temperature measurement solution, the intelligent measurement solution for our customers, for you to measure the temperature, not only just one by one, but also you can realize the multi-person temperature detection at the same time. And also, we have a very good log system for you for retrieval of the high temperature of the elevated fever situations, very conveniently. And besides from this solution, we can also provide the efficient communication solutions. Like the instant communication, not only brought by the DMR, but also we can also make full use of our 3G, 4G, or Wi-Fi network. So we can also provide the solution based on the 3G, 4G, or Wi-Fi. It is called port solution. We all know that for the DMR, usually, if we want to use the system, or we want to use Tetra, we must to apply for the license, right? The frequency license. It is very difficult for us to apply for the resource because it is very precious, and also the cost is also very high. If we can apply for the license, you also need to buy a lot of equipment, a lot of base stations in order to get a very wide coverage. So it is not a cost-effective solution for our customers at present. And we can provide a very cost-effective solution for you. And then besides from the communication solution, we can also provide the body-worn camera solutions for us to record the videos, not only use as evidence in court, but also we can use the materials recorded by our body-worn camera as the training materials, especially in hospitals, for us to increase or enhance the professionalism of our medical workers. And who may need the solution? The solution can be used, can be applied to customers, quarantine department, which have a lot of people passing by every day. Can be used to schools, enterprises, or some small places like restaurant or kitchens, for them to realize the instant communication and to measure the temperature to identify the risks from the beginning. So have a very wide using scenarios you can see here. And now we move to the first solution that we can provide, the anti-epidemic materials. We can provide a one-stop platform. We can provide the medical face masks. We all know that, Hytera has set up 3 production lines in early February this year. And now we can produce about 300,000 masks every day. So we can realize the mass production levels at present. And you know that why Hytera set up the production lines. We all know that in the early February, China was also stuck in the anti-epidemic fight. So all of us have shot of the face masks. So our company, in order to protect our staff and also want to help those who cannot get masks to protect themselves. Our company decided to set up the production lines by ourselves. And the quality and also the bacteria filtration efficiency is very high, and we can reach about 99.8%, okay, in domestic test. And you know that the standard is about 95%. So our quality is better. It's much better than the requirement. Okay, the standard requirement. Besides from the medical face masks produced by Hytera, we can also provide the KN95 protective materials, protective masks, and also the disposable medical protective clothing, medical gauges for our medical workers, and also some antibody test kit. So if you have any requirement about the anti-epidemic materials, please consult our sales, consult our region sales, okay? And besides from the anti-epidemic materials, we also provide the body temperature detection solutions. And for this solution, okay, we have two using scenarios. And so we can provide two solutions for you. One solution is for the multi-person temperature detection, and the other solution is for the single person temperature detection at the same time. And we will go the solution one by one. And for the first solution, we can see that. And for this solution, it is composed by a hybrid camera. And this camera is mainly used for us to capture the images and to capture the thermal images and also the visible light images. For us to the thermal images for us to detect the temperature automatically, and the thermal and also the visible light images for us to do the surveillance. And besides from the hybrid camera, we can also we also have the black body. The black body is used for us to calibrate the temperature. We know that this device, okay, it is a constant temperature source. So, okay, it can do the temperature calibration, okay, help the hybrid camera to calibrate the temperature. We can see that this, for the black body, it is usually deployed before the hybrid temperature, just look like here, okay, before the hybrid temperature, and this is the black body. And the hybrid camera and also the black body, the distance we suggested to be 3 meters. And it is because the hybrid camera, and it is the fixed, it has the fixed focal length. So for 3 meters, we can capture the facial images to the clearest. So we can capture the clearest facial images at this time, at this distance. And as we all know that for the temperature detection, we usually capture the temperature of our forehead. And why for the forehead? It can make sure that even we wear masks, even we wear hats, we can also gain the temperature, detect the temperature automatically, intelligently. And also the solution will not be cheated by hot drinks. For example, if you bring a couple of hot drinks with you, the system will not be cheated by you. He will only capture the temperature of your forehead. So some of our customers may ask how many person can be detected at the same time, and it depends on how many people can show in this blue box. Okay, and we can see that for the blue box, it can contain a lot of faces. So like 3 people, 5 people, or even 8 people. It depends on how many people can stand in this black box, in this blue box. And if one person, his temperature is high, he has an elevated fever, and the hybrid camera will give the alarms because can give the alarm by itself. It has a speaker. And also, sorry. And it has a speaker. And if we use our computers or monitors connected to our hybrid camera with the IT cable, we can also see the information like here. You can see his temperatures and see his facial features of this person. And if one person has the hybrid elevated fever, and the workers or the security guard will come to this place and detect that this person to do further further temperature measurement, or to stop for further screening, or do some medical test. And during these cases, we know that our citizens, they usually need to be irritated for some instances. So there will be disputes between our workers, our security workers, and also our citizens. And in this situation, our security workers can use the body camera attached to their chest to capture the videos, and the videos can be used as evidence later. And he can also use the body-worn camera because the body-worn camera has the PTT button. When the security guard presses the PTT button, it can create the instant group call, and he can call for help. Call for help to send this person to the quarantine zone with our pin C550 or with our pin C380. So for the device, it can not only have the feature of the video recording, but also have the feature of the push-to-talk, the instant communication, for us to give our customers the fast response to the emergency situations. And you may ask that, you have a lot of entrances, and in this situation, you may deploy a lot of hybrid cameras, right? And how much hybrid cameras can be connected to one system? Normally, for one network video recorder, this video recorder is for us to store the videos. If we do not have the video recorder, all the videos captured by the hybrid camera cannot be stored, right? So for one network video recorder, we recommend you to connect at most 6 hybrid cameras in order to make sure that the hybrid camera, their temperature detection feature has the best performance. And if you have about 10 cameras at one place, then you may need another network video recorder. In this situation, you will have about 2 network video recorders. And how can we manage all the videos, centrally? And in this situation, we can deploy the DSS Express. DSS Express can connect to the network video recorder, connect to a lot of network video recorders, And for one DSS Express, it has a license control, and it can at least support about 32 cameras for one system. So it is enough for us to use in some scenarios where there's a lot of entrances. And another thing that I want to mention, that the system is also very flexible for us to deploy, because we can deploy the black body and also the hybrid camera just mounted to the tripod. You can see that here, tripod. Very flexible, very easy for us to deploy. And the hybrid camera then can be connected with a network video recorder for it to store the videos. And here's the what this body temperature solution contains. It contains the thermal network bullet camera, as I mentioned before, and we can see that it has 2 cameras. One camera is for the visible light, to capture the visible light image, and for another camera to capture the thermal images, right? Just look like as shown in this picture. And the blade camera, okay, it can be mounted to the tripod. You can see it here. And so this device, the thermal network bullet camera, okay, it can not only used as the body temperature detection at this pandemic time, it can also be used as the surveillance camera later in normal times. For example, at that time we do not need to capture the temperature. We can just leave the camera for us to do the surveillance, to use it as a CCTV camera. So the using scenarios is versatile for this solution. And besides, it can acquire about 0.3 degree centigrade. Okay, you can see that we can ensure the accuracy, okay, with this solution, because the camera can be used with the black body, and the black body is for us to calibrate the temperature of the camera. Besides, it is very secure. Why I say it is secure? Because compared with the handheld temperature detection device, we can ensure the non-contact temperature detection with this solution. Okay, and also for this solution, we suggested the spring distance to be above 3 meters, because this camera, it has a fixed focal length, and therefore it can capture the clearest images at about 3 meters. So we suggest you to deploy the blade cameras, and the distance between the blade cameras and also the black body to be 3 meters. Besides, it is also very efficient. And for this system, it can support to detect the temperature in less than 1 second. So it can realize the quick detection, and also about multi-person measurement. And all the faces that can be shown in this blue box, okay, their temperatures can be detected automatically by this camera. And also the using scenarios is also very flexible. We can use it in some small entrances and exits. We can also use it at some airports, okay, and railway stations where there's a lot of people passing by every day. And another very great features of this solution is that the logs are traceable, because we can store all the video recordings and all the temperature logs here in the network video recorder. So we can just use our monitor, connect to the network video recorder for us to query the logs, okay, for us to easily tracing back if we want to see how many people passing by this site every day and how many people have the elevated fever. So, this is all about the first solution, about the multi-person temperature detection solution. And what about the one-person temperature detection solution? And here I will show you. This is about the one-person temperature detector solution. And for this device, this is just like the camera. It can detect the temperature automatically. And besides from the camera, we also need one computer for us to one computer or one server for us to install the environment, the backend management environment for us to for this computer. When it is connected to the camera, okay, through the IP cable or through Wi-Fi, okay, this one can connect to the server through Wi-Fi, and all the logs, okay, all the logs about the temperature detection can be automatically sent to the system. And besides, if there's alarm there's a high temperature, and this device will give the audio alert. Okay, he will give the audio alert about the abnormal temperature to our workers. And if the workers is not standby, this backend system, it will also automatically transfer or forward the alarm to the PNC 550 or the PTC 550, because we have the apps which can receive the alarms or all the logs about the temperature detection here. And so it means that for our workers or for our security workers, he do not need to stand by. Besides this temperature detection site, always and when there's an abnormal situation, he will receive the alarms with also the images pop-ups, and he then will instantly come to the site to give the further detection of the high temperature person, and also decide whether to send it to quarantine areas. And besides from the temperature detection feature, for this camera, it can also support the face recognition. Okay, and for this device, it can store about 10,000 offline face libraries. It means that when we store 10,000 offline faces, this device can do the face recognition automatically, and even when the temperature detection devices is not connected to the backend system, it can also do the temperature detection and also the face recognition. Besides from the face recognition, it can also support the mask recognition. It means that when you wear masks, I can also recognize, what's your name, where you're from, because the system, the camera can just capture the images of your face, and it will compare the face features of the captured images, and compare the face features with the face libraries, and based on our algorithm, so it can realize the mask recognition at this time, and this feature can be customized. For this system, it can also support the non-contact temperature measurement. And why I said so? Because for this device, people can stand before this device for about 0.6 to 0.8 meters. For this distance, it has the best temperature detection result. So there's no need for the security guards to stand stand beside our workers, passing by these entrances every day. So this is also a non-contact temperature detection measurement for us to reduce the cross-infection risks. We also have the mobile radio apps, for us to monitor anywhere and anytime. Or also, if, for example, for our security team, if they have leaders, if their leaders want to know what is happening every day, want to know whether there's elevated fever every day, he can also bring one POC radios with him, and he can monitor the situation anywhere and anytime. So it is very efficient and very convenient. Also the alarms, as I mentioned before, can push to the devices automatically when there's alarms. You can check the alarms on the radio. There's do not need to dispatch someone or set someone just before the computer. They can work remotely. They do not need to sit before the computer for us to save our man cost. And another feature about this solution is that we can support the flexible deployment. Because, for example, for this device, it can also be mounted to the tripod. efficient, very easy for us to deploy it. We can deploy this system in less than 3 minutes. So it is very easy. And for this solution, as I mentioned before, it is for the one-person detection, right? And it can also can support the face recognition feature. So it is just look like the access control system. Okay, so it's for example, when the person is registered in our system, right? We also already input the face, his faces, his name, his department into the backend system. Okay, his temperature and also his passing by time, his name, and will be transferred to the backend system automatically. So it is very convenient for us to do the logs, to log the passing bys, to log our colleagues or staff's situation, his passing by times, his temperature every day. It is also can use the fast to do the visit management, because if visitor means that his faces is not stored in the backend system. So the system will when he stands before the camera will give the alarms that he's unregistered. Then the security guard will know that he's not a staff of our company. So I need to find some tables for him to register here, and where he come from, why he come to our company. So it is not only can use as the access control system, temperature detection system, but can also use as the visit management system. And so this solution is very suitable for us to use in our office buildings to implement the temperature detection, and also to do the visit management and access control management. And during the temperature measurement, okay, this device can also support the face masks. You all know that at this time, most of us wear masks every day. So this device can also support the face mask temperature detection. It is very convenient and very safe. And before I go any further, I will show you two videos. One video is about the multi-person temperature detection solution, and another video is about the one-person temperature detection solution. And you can find more information in the solution, in the videos. And this video is about the multi-person temperature detection. And this is another video about the small and middle-sized organization, the temperature detection for one person at the same time.
Check in success at the normal temperature.
And that's two videos that I show you. If you are interested in the two solutions, you can find our sales leaders that in your region or sales managers in your region. Thank you. And now we continue with another solution. And this solution is about the communication solution. And we can call it as the convergent communication solution. We all know that at present, as I mentioned before, this is the common enemy across different regions, across different districts, different cities. So we need to fight against the enemies together, all together, to have a very good collaboration mechanism to make sure that we can prevent the spread of the virus and to control in the best way. And we know that for some of our users, they already have the DMR or Hytera system, right? And for this situation, usually the coverage of the PMR network is limited, maybe just limited to one hospital or limited to one district, or limited just to their customers. For example, we also have the customers to control the immigration. For the Immigration Control Bureau, their coverage is also very limited. But at present, we need the collaboration across different departments, different cities. And so for other departments or other cities, they may use another different communication devices or communication solution. For example, some of them may use their smartphones to communicate with each other. So in this situation, we cannot realize the convergent communication across different regions. Thus, this will also result, it brings about the low collaboration efficiency. And for we, Hytera, we just want us to, want our customers, want you to have the best collaboration experience. We can provide our Hytera HyTalk solution. For example, for our HyTalk Pro, we can realize the convergent communication between our DMR system and also the POC system. The POC system is set based on the 3G, 4G, or Wi-Fi networks. And I will focus on this solution later. And for the Hytera HyTalk MCS, we can realize the Hytera and also the POC system integration. Okay, so for example, for some of our customers, they may only want to buy some terminals, to quickly set up the incident communication solution for them. For this instance, you can just buy the POC radios, and you can use the POC system that provided by Hytera, for you to realize the incident communication in the easiest way. do not need to buy the base stations, do not need to deploy the base stations. And this is the most cost-effective way for you to realize the instant communication among different groups, among different departments. And we all know that for the PMR, it is the narrowband. So for narrowband, it's mainly for us to provide the instant communication solution and also the GPS solution for us, right? But for the 3G, 4G, or Wi-Fi solution, okay, this is the POC solution. POC is shorted for the push-to-talk over cellular, and we can fully utilize the public network. Okay, that has been already set up by our commercial operators. Okay, we can use their base stations, because for the base station, we all know that they have very large coverage. Nearly every city, in every corner, we can connect with others, right? And if there's no 3G or 4G coverage, we can also use Wi-Fi to connect to the POC system. So for this system, we can realize that. Okay, we can connect with our teams or our groups anywhere and anytime. And besides of the large coverage that brings by the commercial network, or 3G, 4G, or Wi-Fi network, it is also the broadband network, right? So for this system, it can also enable us to have very rich applications like the video application, for us to do the video conference, to do the live, for example, for some experts in the pandemic fighting areas, we can just connect to the to the experts, okay, through the video, and for them to do the remote diagnosis. And also can realize the GPS dispatch, and can also share the images and some videos, files, just in the group for us to share all the cases, all the successful cases of our fighting, of our pandemic fighting result, and other very brilliant cases. Okay, all the cases can be shared here, or all the very emergent situation captures or videos can be shared in the multimedia message box. So for this solution, we can make sure that, okay, on one way, we would also fully use our PMR network, okay, for us to protect our original investment in the communication network. Can also for us to realize the interconnection between the broadband and also the narrowband. It can also bring about the features that about the video, the multimedia message features for us to realize the effective management about the pandemic areas, to prevent the spread of the area, and to control the borders, or control the quarantine areas. And for this solution, we can provide a lot of terminals, just like this is body-worn camera, right? We have the 4G body-worn camera models. So for this model, you can use it to connect to the 3G or 4G or Wi-Fi. And we also have the POC radios, okay? And like the PNC550 and also the PNC380, okay? For you to connect to the system to realize the connection among the POC, and also for you to realize the connection through the server with the PMR network, okay? Realize the group communication. We also provide the dual mode radios, and this radio is a combination, okay, of the POC radio and also the PMR radio. So for this radio, it can stand by in POC system and also stand by in PMR network system. So okay, it is very flexible. Okay, it can shift between different zones, different regions. So a lot of solutions, terminal solutions for you. You can choose one that it is most suitable for you. And here is the communication solution scenarios that we can provide, okay, for the healthcare department. Okay, we just take the healthcare department as a example. Okay, for the other department, for example, for the immigration border control department, the communication solution requirement are just okay, similar. So, and for the healthcare department, we know that okay, at present, okay, they need the instant communication very urgent. So we will focus on this using scenario. And we all know that during the epidemic, there's a continuous stream of ambulance calls every day. So how to react quickly to these situations is very important. And during the treatment, and how to ensure the medical staffs not be infected, and to ensure the accurate and faster treatment is also very critical, because all of this can save lives, right? So, for example, for the ambulance paramedics, they can use the Hytera VM780 body cameras to stream the live videos from the ambulance back to the hospital. And we know that for the hospital dispatch center, maybe here we have our experts, right? And then the experts can make remote diagnosis and can guide the paramedics to settle how to deal with the patient, and also for the patient, for the hospitals, for the center to know the situation about this patient, okay, very quickly, very efficiently, for them to make fully prepared, okay, for the treatment of this patient before the patient arrive at the hospital. And we know that for this device, it can also support the video recording, local video recording, right? It means that during the treatment, okay, our medical workers can just start recording, and all these materials, okay, can be used as the training materials. We know that at present, our medical worker resources is very urgent, right? So not every workers are from the department which is mainly focused on the disease prevention. Some of them may also come from the other clinical departments. For example, they are experts in brains or experts in other areas, not the experts in the coronavirus areas. So we can use all the videos that is stored in the body-worn camera to use it as a training material later. And if there's disputes between our medical workers and our patients or our patient relatives, we can use the evidence. We can use the videos as the evidence later in court to protect our medical workers or protect our relatives, patient relatives or patients. Besides, this device also have the PTT button. You can see it here, a very large PTT button. So when our medical workers press the PTT button, it can realize the instant communication, okay, among groups, to start the group communication with the dispatch center, with the workers, or with with the doctors that is in his office, right? And besides the using scenarios of the ambulance, we can see here how the doctors in the offices, or the experts in the offices can help to do the remote video diagnosis. Okay, they can use our PTC 550 or PNC 550 theory, and for this theory, we can support the glove operation. They can make, so it is can make sure that our medical workers, they do not need to take off their gloves to minimize the cross-infection risks. Okay, and also, we all know that we can support the remote video diagnosis. So it can make sure that even he's in his office, he can also guide the paramedic workers or guide the workers in other rooms or in other departments to do the medical work very efficiently. And besides, I know that when they want to transfer our patients, or when they want to check the conditions of our patients, they can, they usually need to communicate with the doctors, at the same time. For example, the communication between the nurses and the doctors. They can use our radios, to realize the instant communication. It means that we can minimize or decrease the requirement of them to gather together, to talk with each other, to discuss with each other. They can just use the pocket radios to realize the group talk. Just like they can just find the same experience. Just look like they sit in the same meeting room, but in this using scenario, when they use the pocket radio, they do not need to gather together in the same meeting room. So it will also decrease the cross-infection risks. So it is the non-contact method of the diagnosis and the non-contact method of discussion. So totally, we can provide our solution for our medical workers to do the intelligent remote diagnosis, right? And also they can use our system for them to realize the non-contact discussion, non-contact diagnosis, and also the PTT button and the glove operation features can make sure that they do not need to take off their gloves. They can realize the instant communication to decrease the cross-infection risks. And besides, the videos that is captured by the video body-worn camera can be stored as the training materials later, or to use as the evidence in case of disputes to protect our heroes and to protect our patients. And here is some highlights that I summarized from the previous slide. And we know that here, this is the pocket radios. We can see that all of them have very large PTT button. So when you press this PTT button, you can create the group calls very instantly, instant group calls. And other people can hear you automatically. So if we want, for example, some of them just use the smartphones at present for them to communicate with each other. If we want to call others, to call a group through the smartphone, it is impossible because you know that if we want to call them through the 3G or 4G network, we need to dial the numbers one by one, right? And after we dial the numbers, we need to wait for about 5 to 6 seconds every time. So it will cost a lot of time, for the communication. While for the PTT button, very instant. One press of the button, and then instant communication is initiated. And for the POC solution, we can provide the PNC 380 and PNC 550. For this device, it can support the gloves operation and also the PDC 550, VM 780. So a lot of devices which can provide to you. You can choose one according to your own requirement. Besides of the multiple solutions that we provide, multiple choices that we provide, about the instant communication device, for these devices, we can also make sure that you can hear every word in very noisy environment, or you can make others to hear you very clearly, even you speak in very noisy environment. Because, for For example, for our device, this device, it can support a 2-watt maximum audio power, and so it can support the loudness about this speaker is about 125 dB. And what does it mean? We know that in the very noisy environment, when other people are talking very loud, okay, the loudness is about 70 to 80 dB. So this one is higher. It's much higher than the environment noise. So it can measure that. When you want to speak with others, or when you want to hear others' words, you can hear every word very clearly. And for this device, it can also support the dual mic noise reduction. It can make sure that when you want to talk with others in the noise environment, okay, for example, in hospitals, there's a lot of people, a lot of patients passing by every day. It is very noisy. And in this environment, we can also make sure that our colleagues can hear our voice very clearly. And for the accessories, okay, we know that for these devices, they're mainly used as our communication tools, right? So they are a good work companion. So we must equip a lot of rich accessories for our city protectors, our heroes, for them to free hands, for more convenient operation, to make them to fully devote to their works. And we can provide a lot of accessories like the wired earpiece, the Bluetooth earpiece, belt clip, and the Bluetooth ring PDT or straps for them to free their hands during their works. And for our big screen models like the PTC 550 or the PNC 550, we can support the gloves and wet hands operation, okay? So we can make sure that we do not need to take off our gloves. We know that for our medical workers, they wear the surgical gloves, right? And for our security guards, they also wear some cotton gloves. And in this instance, they do not need to take off their gloves. We can make sure that they can communicate with each other very freely, even if they wear their gloves. And we can also support the wet hands operation. So we can make sure that when we use the device in rainy days, we can our workers or our city protectors can also operate the screen even in rainy days. And another very unique device, the PDC 550, it can support the DMRs. Okay, it is a combination of a DMR radio and a POC radio. So it can support the DMR network and also the LT network. And we know that for some of the districts, they already have the DMR network. Maybe for the DMR network coverage, it usually have some blind spots, right? For the blind areas, we can use the broadband part to communicate with the group. For the narrowband, for the area with the DMR coverage, we can use the narrowband part to realize the instant communication. So you can make sure that you are available anywhere and anytime. And this device can use for our city protectors to extend their original PMR network coverage, okay, to fully utilize the advantages brought about of our commercial operator network. And for this device, it can be used for some of our logistic workers. Usually they need to work in the underground, right? For the undergrounds, usually it has no LT network or no DMR network. And why I said it is suitable for them to use underground, because for this device, it can support the DMO mode, DMR DMO. It means that where there's no LT network, where there's no DMR network coverage, they can use the DMR DMO to realize the instant group calls, okay, with their colleagues who also have the PDC 550 series. So very convenient. So this device is typically one device can make you to be available anywhere and anytime. And besides from the multiple devices that we can provide, we can also provide the POC solution, POC platforms to you. For example, for the solution, we can support the conference, right? The video conference here, okay, for you to do the remote diagnosis, or for your leaders to know the real-time situation instantly, okay? Because we know that one picture or one video is worth 1,000 of words. So we do not need to explain too much about the situation. They can know the situation, they can see the situation clearly from the videos. And for this system, we can visualize the dispatch. Okay, we can see where our officers are and where they are, and we can also see what they are doing by the video streaming back to the platform. And for this system, when we pull back the videos, right, pull back the videos to the backend system, we can realize the non-contact surveillance. Okay, just like I mentioned before, we can know the real-time situation very clearly. And for this system, we can also support the multimedia messages. For example, one person has a elevated fever, we can just share this person's information to the group for other people to know that his information, or to know the real-time situation. And also, for example, when we want to when we catch for the ambulance paramedics, when they pick one patient, they can just send the pictures about the patient's conditions or videos about the patient conditions to the multimedia chat box to make the experts make the headquarters know the real-time situation of this patient and to be fully prepared for the treatment of this patient. So generally for this system, we can make sure that we can just make sure that our city protectors, our heroes, can utilize the system, the advantages brought about with our system to make sure that they can fight the pandemic, okay, with these intelligent solutions for them to know the real-time situation, for them to reduce the cross-infection, and for them to share the information whenever and wherever. And besides from the communication solution, there's also a lot of disputes every day. Okay, for example, for one scenario like the land border crossings and the immigration custom control points, okay, at airports or at ports, they are very vulnerable areas because there's a lot of travelers passing by every day on a daily basis. So it is impossible to detect that someone has the abnormally high temperature at the border. So we can use our temperature detection solution. And if someone has the elevated fever, okay, there will usually tend to be the disputes or fights between our city protectors and the citizens. And how to, okay, so who to believe and how to make sure that we can protect our city protectors, to protect our heroes, and to protect our innocent citizens. And we can use the body-worn cameras, because the body-worn cameras, you can support the live streaming through the 4G or Wi-Fi network, right, or 3G network. And so the dispatcher can know the real-time situation clearly from their screens. So the dispatcher will then give a very calm decisions for the officers on site to know how to settle or how to deal with the disputes at this time. And besides, these devices can also have a very large view. And the large view means that it can capture all the evidences of a very large range. For example, like here, very large range. And usually, you know that for our smartphones, okay, the view is about, and I mean the focal length view is about 80 degrees, the field of view. And for the cameras, for the body-worn cameras, it's about 120 degrees field of view. So it can make sure that we can record what the citizens is handling. If he, for example, if he if he holds a weapons on his hand, the body camera can capture this picture because it has a very wide angle. And while for our smartphones, usually, okay, the field is not so wide, so we may miss this part. We can, for example, we can maybe just can record his faces or his shoulders. And we cannot record such a wide angles. And besides, this device can support the real-time local video recording. It can make sure that, for example, for our policemen, when they attach the devices to their shoulders, this device can be used to record the videos all the time, right? For the 8-day working hours or even longer. And the device, okay, all the evidence then can be saved in these devices, okay? Because this device can support the local storage. And when he returns back to his office, he can just put the devices into the charger. So all the evidences then can be automatically transferred to our management system, okay, for us to manage the evidences. And all the evidences will be collected and deleted from these devices with the software, with our management system automatically. And for the officers itself, it cannot delete the evidences that is stored in the storage, because we need to make sure that, okay, make sure that all the videos recorded is the truth. It's not cheated by the police, or it's not cheated by other people. So nobody can change the evidence that is already recorded in the body-worn camera. And for this device, it can also support the very rotatable camera. You can see it here. It can support the 216 rotatable cameras. So for this camera, okay, we can use it to shoot the sky, or we can use it to shoot the ground. Okay, just by easily rotate the camera, and this is very convenient. If we use the other kind of cameras, okay, usually if we want to shoot the building which is on fire, or shoot a very high building, we need to just rotate the camera, right? Rotate the body, not to rotate the camera, just rotate the body of this body-worn camera. So it is very uncomfortable for the policeman to carry on the shoulder. And so this design is very unique and very user-friendly for our customers. And besides, it also has the PTT button. And for this button, okay, it can use for the instant communication through the POP system, through the 3G, 4G, or Wi-Fi network, to create the instant group calls. Okay, you can see it here, instant group calls. And for this system, it can for this device, it supports 1.5 watt speakers, so it can make sure that make sure that you can hear every word clearly, even in very noisy environment. And you know that for this feature, for the speaker power, the speaker power is loudest when I compare to this device with other body-worn cameras, okay, produced by our company or produced by other companies. And the speaker is the loudest. And you can also support the dual mic noise separation to guarantee that you can, other people can hear you very clearly, even you speak to them in noisy environment. Besides, this device can also support the real-time surveillance through the 3G, 4G, or Wi-Fi network to let the dispatchers know the real-time situation instantly. So this is all about the solution, and I share with you about the solution of our anti-pandemic materials, okay, for us to protect our heroes, and also share the solution about the temperature detection, detections, about two solutions. One solution is for us to detect the multi-person at the same time, and the other solution to detect one person at a time, okay. They are suitable for different using scenarios. And for the multi-person, mainly can be used in hospitals or in borders. Okay, there's a lot of people passing by every day. And for the small device, it can be used in our buildings, office buildings. Okay, when we recover back, when we return back to work, for us to detect our temperatures every day. And also can provide the instant communication solution system. Okay, for this system, we can realize the integration or interconnection between our the PMR network, but also the broadband network. So based on the features that can provided by the broadband, we can realize the video surveillance, okay, or multimedia message feature for us to know the real-time situation instantly and clearly, to improve our reaction speed and to improve our decision-making speed, right? To improve the situational awareness. And besides from the instant communication solution, we can also provide the body-worn camera solution for us to record everything that is happening every day, for us for us to shoot everything, because you know that especially in these fields, when the person know that he's being filmed, he usually tends to calm down, so the disputes will be solved very quickly. And also the evidence this recorded can also be used as the court evidence later when we have some court disputes. And also the materials recorded can also be shared as the training materials for our city protectors to enhance their professionalism. And here is the summary. We know that Hytera also deliver a lot of communication solutions and also our anti-epidemic solutions to our customers at present. And to help our heroes to protect their citizens, to protect every corner of the world. And so we need to thank those heroes who are on the front lines of the battle against the COVID-19. And we Hytera, as a global leading provider of the professional and provide wireless communication solutions, we also take very immediate action to provide the diverse products in donations or in as service support to the countries and regions, and also to combat the spread of the COVID-19. Please stay at home and to keep your social distance. And your health and well-being is always our top priority. So I believe that we can fight this pandemic at the end, and I hope that every corner of the world. Okay, we will get out of the pandemic very quickly. Okay, so this is the end of the sharing. Thank you for your time. And now we invite our host, okay, Mandy. Okay, now we have the quiz. Okay, the quiz.
Thank you, Sharon, for a great and informative presentation. Now we'd like to 10 minutes Q&A section of the quiz.
Okay, we have the Q&A section, and I will select several questions.
If you have any questions, please input it in Q&A box, and Sharon will pick some to answer. Thank you.
Okay, do you have any questions? Okay, I saw a lot of questions have been already be answered by our host. And if you have, I thought one of our guests, our customers ask about the price and the solution support. If you do not know who you can consult to, please just contact our marketing account. You can send your requirement or your or all of your requirement to the marketing account through the email. Thank you. And one of the customers asked about, does it support the DMR? And for the PDC 550, it supports the DMR and the DMR repeat mode and also the DMR direct mode. So if you are interested in other solutions, okay, Hytera can also provide, because we are the experts in this area. And if you are interested in this solution, you can contact our sales managers in your region or contact our marketing account. Thank you. And one of our customers asked about whether the solution is available in the UK market. And you can consult your sales manager, as I know that it is available in this market, but I'm not in charge of this market. So you can contact your sales manager directly. Thank you for your question. And one of our customers asked about the main differences and features between the hybrid camera solution, the thermal bullet camera solution, and the mounted mobile solution, right? You mean the small device? And the main differences is that, the first solution, the hybrid camera solution, it can support several people temperature detection at the same time. But for the other solution, only one person, you need to detect the solution one by one. And about the accuracy, as you know that the hybrid camera solution, the accuracy, it can be reached about 0.3 degrees or less than 0.3 degrees because of we have the black body, right? And for the tripod mounted mobile solution, the accuracy is about 0.5. So for the first solution, the accuracy is higher. And besides, for the prices, Okay, it is apparently the tripod-mounted mobile solution. The price is lower because we do not need so much equipment to run the system. So it is a cost-effective way for us to use in small buildings or in small organizations that we do not have enough budget. We can use this solution. It is also very convenient. And another very big difference is that for the tripod-mounted mobile solution, it can support the face recognition. So it can use as the access control system. And later you can, when it is not in the pandemic time, you can use it as a system can access to the original access control system to integrate the two systems together, later. And besides, for the later system, for the mounted mobile solution system, we can support the remote monitoring, right? Because we can install the apps on our PNC 550 or the PDC 550 for you to remote monitor the real-time situation, for you to receive the instant alarms anywhere and anytime. So thank you for your question. If you are interested in the two solutions, please send your requirement or send your questions to our marketing account later. Thank you, as time is limited.
Okay, please join me to thank Sharon for a wonderful presentation and Q&A. Thanks everyone. Hope you have enjoyed our webinar. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Hope to see you soon. Goodbye.